Guys, I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another 7 o'clock premiere. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit the subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. And if you're a returning subscriber, as always, guys, welcome back, and I do appreciate support. I did a story last month, and depending on the comment, I caught some flack for it. But I gotta be real. The story I'm talking about is the story of this woman right here. Her name is Tatiana Williams. She's 29 years old from Detroit, Michigan. Shout out Detroit. And this woman, who a lot of you guys know from the picture, has raised over $40,000 in a GoFundMe, and she's been gifted a house. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the woman who, with her mother, some of her siblings, and her babies, was in a car in a casino. I think it's called the Hollywood Casino out there in Detroit, Michigan. In the parking lot, they were homeless for some, amount of time, where two of her children tragically died. And these are the two children up here. May they rest in peace. The little boy, he's 9 years old. His name is Darnell Curry Jr. Little girl is Amelia Curry. She's 2. Both of these people tragically lost their lives in the car, and everybody thought it was hypothermia in which they lost their lives. Well, come to find out, this woman, like I said, who was gifted a house out of sympathy from the city of Detroit, as a story came out, of church donated a house to her. This woman right here most likely may be going to jail. And the city of Detroit, they got pending warrants for her and whoever else they're including, which I have an idea who it is. And they're dealing with a situation. And the thing that's crazy about this is the timing of this is wild. The day before these warrants came out, supposedly, where they're at the prosecutor's office now, thinking the DA's office, whether they're going to pursue them or not. Right before this happened, the cause of death came out. And right before that, of them being carbon monoxide poisoning instead of hypothermia, before that, she got the house. So this whole thing is all messed up. But anyway, I got a theory of what I think happened, and I'm more than sure this is what happened, of why carbon monoxide poisoning is they're saying that's the cause of death, and why it didn't affect everybody else. I said all I can say about this case. You know what I'm saying? I'm just going to show you what I got. Take a look. Let's go back to when she first got the house.
We begin with a life-changing gift for a mother who lost her 2 children to hypothermia while living in a van earlier this month. This afternoon, her family has a new place to call home. It's all thanks to the City of Detroit and Detroit Rescue Mission Ministries. Tatiana Williams has been living in a shelter for the past few weeks. Now she and her family have a home free of charge for a year. CBS News Detroit's Gino Vici got an exclusive look at the new home and spoke to the family about this new lease on life.
Yeah, just a few weeks ago, Tatiana Williams was living inside of her van with her children, parked here inside the Hollywood Casino parking garage. Now, thanks to the City of Detroit and the Detroit Rescue Mission, she has a new home and new opportunities in life.
I love the house. I actually like it, and I think it's wonderful.
Tatiana Williams with a reason to smile today. She and her family were gifted a new home weeks after losing her 2 children to hypothermia, 9-year-old Darnell and 2-year-old Amelia. Williams says she thinks about them all the time.
It's a lot that I'm going through right now, so this means a lot. This kind of makes me happy because I was kind of sad today. I've been having a rough day all day today.
We were saddened by hearing about what happened, and we decided to put things in action, not to talk about it.
Chad Audi, the president and CEO of Detroit Rescue Mission Ministries, decided to coordinate with the city to provide the home free for 1 year and fully furnished and filled with food.
So we prepared this house that we owned as Detroit Rescue Mission Ministries. We had to fix it, prep it, furnish it, and then give them a good start so they don't have to go one day with no food or being outside at all anymore.
Deputy Mayor Malia Howard, alongside Police Commissioners Darrell Woods and Tamara Smith and Detroit Rescue Mission Ministries, gave Williams a good start by offering a blessing and a prayer once Williams got the keys to her new home.
And we ask it in Jesus' name.
Something Williams says she is forever grateful for.
So I'm kind of happy. I might not look like it, but I am. So I really appreciate everything everybody done for me here.
In Detroit, Gino Vici, CBS News, Detroit.
Okay, guys. That's the story of her getting the house, right? Now, you seen it. She was happy as can be. She thanked everybody, so on and so forth. Gave her enough food for a year, they said, which I don't understand how they can do that, and she could live there rent-free, right? So that sounds like a good thing. Shout out to the people that, had heavy hearts and had sympathy on this woman feeling the story. Now, she got that house. Now, it came out these kids died of carbon monoxide poison. Only 2 of the rest of them people, and I can't remember, it was a lot of people in that car. I had to go back to my notes. There's a lot of people in that car, including the grandmom, the mother, Miss Williams, and some of her siblings, and then her children as well. But only 2 of them died. Now I want you to pay attention to what I'm about to show you in them talking about this warrant situation. Listen to the condition these children were found in. Check this out.
An update on the heartbreaking story of 2 young siblings found dead in a minivan in a Greektown parking structure.
Well, the circumstances are tragic. The Wayne County prosecutor will determine if their mother or anyone else contributed to their deaths. Fox News' Jessica Dupnack joins us live with more on today's developments. It's been a very busy day in this case, Jessica.
Yeah, this is really the next step in this investigation since the beginning. Detroit police have been looking into this case not only to figure out what led to the children's death, but also to see if there was a criminal component to it all. Now, since that time in February, there's been multiple people brought in for questioning, including the children's mother and grandma, but no arrests have been made. Now it will be up to Wayne County prosecutor Kim Worthy to decide if anybody is criminally culpable. Since February, Detroit police have been investigating to figure out what led to the death of 2-year-old Amila Curry and her brother, 9-year-old Darnell Curry. And now their findings are with the Wayne County prosecutor's office. Until last week, the theory was the 2 kids froze to death, but an autopsy revealed the cause of death is carbon monoxide poisoning. At the time of their death, they were in the care of their mother, 29-year-old Tatiana Williams. The family, homeless, living out of a van, parked at the Greektown Casino parking structure in February when they died.
Everybody who know me know I worship the ground them kids walk though.
The sequence of events that led to the children's death have not been revealed, or where the children were exposed to carbon monoxide. Both children wearing t-shirts and the toddler in a diaper. The older boy was covered in lice and the 2-year-old with rotted teeth. Our Charlie Langton talked to the children's mom and grandma back in February.
Did the van run out of gas?
I have no idea what happened. I have no idea.
Did you fall asleep?
Yes.
And then when you woke?
Only night I fell asleep. I usually be woke.
Both Tatiana Williams and her mom, Yvette Goodman, have been questioned by Detroit police. No arrests were made. Now the Wayne County prosecutor will decide if anyone should be charged in the case. Mayor Mike Duggan vowing wraparound services for Williams after learning she did not receive help when calling the city's homeless hotline. She also received a free home on the city's west side from the Detroit Rescue Mission Ministries.
This cannot ever happen again.
Detroit Police Chief Todd Bettison not going on camera today, stressing in a statement put out on social media and to the media that this next step is standard protocol when it comes to their criminal investigations, and any charging decision will fall on the prosecutor's office. Reporting downtown Detroit, Jessica Dupnack on The Edge.
Jessica, you broke this story with the help of your sources. The next question that's really been popping up online is, what kind of charges are we looking at here? Do you have any indication at this time?
It's a really good question, and there's been a lot of sensitivity around a case like this just because of how widespread it has been picked up really around the country. Now, as far as charges, now I think it's important to keep in mind that because carbon monoxide was determined to be the cause of death, that does mean that the children's death is ruled accidental, at least by the medical examiner. So that changes a little bit how the prosecutor will examine this in terms of charges. I have a feeling it's going to be weeks, if not months, before a decision is made.
Jessica Dupnack, we do appreciate it. Thank you.
As you've seen it, whole thing in a nutshell. This woman survived, the other kids survived, her siblings survived, grandma survived, 3 generations of homeless people, of homelessness in one van. 2 children lost their lives, her oldest son and youngest daughter. Now, one of the things that's going over a lot of people's head, or just, we just get the information as we get it, and then a lot of us don't really think into it a lot of times because we bombarded with so many different stories. I want you to theorize this. This is one theory I have. Remember they asked the grandmom, they said, oh, what happened? Did the car run out of gas? And she's sitting up there, I have no idea. You don't know if that car can be moved or not if it had gas in it? Then the guy saying something, he said something to her. Well, what do you get? Yes, yeah. That right there seemed to be telling to me. That was odd. A woman who's the mother of a mother who lost a child should have some type of wisdom and be able to answer questions better than that. Sitting up there with this discombobulated look on her face of why she don't know children that were supposed to be in the same car as them died and they don't know nothing. Now I want you to pay attention. Pay close attention. This is what I think, and I'm more than sure this is what happened. It was a lot of people in that car, right? Only 2 children died, the oldest and youngest. I think they were sitting next to each other. I think the oldest boy, who they said was covered in lice, and the youngest daughter, youngest child that had rotten teeth, both died and nobody else died. You know why? They wasn't in the car. They wasn't in the car. Carbon monoxide, go look it up, is a silent killer. A small leak or of carbon dioxide in a house, right, can kill everybody in the house, all that square footage, but it didn't kill all them people overstacked in a van. Come on, go look it up. Carbon monoxide poison is serious. You don't smell it, you go to sleep and you don't wake up. Whole houses of people have been wiped out because of carbon monoxide poisoning, but all of a sudden, it only kills the oldest and youngest. Why? They was the only ones in the car, I think. Because they would have wiped everybody else out. Think about that. Medical examiner come back. Yeah, they didn't die of exposure. So they was in t-shirts in the car. So I guess they was running the car, had the heat on. You could create a warm environment in there. You know what I'm saying? But them 2 died. They wasn't in the car. They probably was in the casino chilling out, getting warm, or taking a bathroom break or something. What do you think about it? Adults pull in more oxygen than children. So if anybody would have died, it would have been the parents, the grandmom and the mom and the older kids in there. They wasn't in the car, and that's why these 2 people had died. That's the only way this can happen. Unless I'm missing something, y'all can leave it in the comment section. I done said all I can say about this situation with this woman, the grandmom, the lack of accountability, like nobody knows nothing. The dumbass baby dad that lied and said he lived with somebody and he couldn't take his kids and he claimed he's seen his kids. First of all, that little boy was covered in lice. He was in bad shape. So the last time you seen him, he wasn't scratching on himself or he didn't look crazy. When you saw your baby girl and you knew they were supposedly homeless with rotten teeth, you ain't say, hey, bring me my kids over here. You ain't ask your son questions. It's so much with this dumb, dim-witted bullshit that it don't make sense. But you get a house and you give them $40,000 because people feel a compelling need to feel bad for people that subject a great loss like losing a child. When it's more than that. Now they talking about this might take weeks or months to see if they're gonna do something. Once that thing came out of carbon monoxide poison, that changed the whole narrative. That's why they doing the investigation. They want to know where everybody was sitting at, where they was at, and it's not going to add up. That's why they hush about it now, because the mayor came out. This should never happen in our city. Homeless motherfuckers, people die all damn day in every damn city. You understand what I'm saying? So just because you got one isolated situation where children have died, which is unfortunate, all of a sudden it's a big thing. We need that. Detroit been cold since forever, and other places. But anyway, man, what y'all think, man? I don't think they was in the car. It's no way human adults breathing in more oxygen and all this other stuff, and in front of the vent where I guess the fumes would come in, survived, and the babies in the back didn't. I'm done. What y'all think? I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Something ain't right here. It's not. See you in the next video. Take care.